And now it's time to go to a brand new world again. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully. I'm not gonna sing this anymore. But yeah, welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts commentary, where, we're off to a brand new world again, with a lengthy commute via gummy ship. But yeah, you know what, I'm beginning to see what people's points are in regards to the gummy ship segments being rather lengthy, pointless, and a bit tedious, or at least commentary-wise, but, you know, when you're actually playing the game for yourself, when you have interaction and, stimulation with your mind, yeah, it's, not quite as tedious. Though, then again, the lack of fast-paced action, or I suppose the sort of, elements they would include in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 probably would affect players' enjoyment if they were going back to this game, but then again, that's with the benefit of, you know, hindsight and, you know, even still, as I mentioned before, I still considered this to be a rather interesting way to, you know, have a connective tissue from one world to the other, so yeah, not really too fussed about it. And also, in addition to, say, cutscene space, this is also where they pretty much force a bit of a rift between the Sora and the Donald and the Goofy and the hidden fourth member, the Jiminy. Jillikers. So, yeah, that's pretty much all they got going for it. And I'm not sure if it's with this one or the... Oh, it is with this one. Yeah, the background changes, which is pretty much indicative of the gummy ship's difficulty. Again, the backgrounds will become progressively harsher, the music will start to intensify by a small degree, and by the end of the game, well, let's just say things get incredibly grim. So, yeah, you gotta be on your guard. Though, then again, as I can say at this point, having, you know, finished the game at this point, everything has all been done, I have finally completed Kingdom Hearts to a satisfactory degree. For the most part, anyway. I wouldn't say 100%, but, yeah, I'd say like a 98.7% completed. And that's what I get for trying to play the gummy ships with skill. Yeah, I pretty much completed the game at this point, and now I'm just sort of commentating on past elements that my drunk, addled memory has kind of forgotten about at this point, so, yeah, happy days. Hick. Gulp. Drunken slur. But yeah, everything's been pretty much done at this point, and yeah, you can complete all these gummy ship segments with the base model that you're seeing right here. And of course, to hallucinate on what's going on, King Mickey might be down there, except he ain't, cause he in the world of darkness right now. But not that these idiots know anything about that. And of course, this is pretty much the character arc rift between Sora and Donald specifically. Goofy's pretty much the child in between the two arguing parents, wondering whose house he's gonna go to once they sign the divorce papers and are keeping the dog. But on more contextual notes, this is basically them just crashing the ship and, well, not really having anything of value happening.
Whoa! Oh, my head. Donald? Goofy?
Oh my god, it's Saber! A toiga! Quick question though, is Sabor meant to be like male or female? Because I've seen commentaries of this game where they call Sabor a dude, but like I've seen other commentaries where they call Sabor a female, so I don't know. I'm not really invested in the Tarzan lore, as you could plainly tell.
Sabor. Danger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is this place?
This place.
Okay. Where did the others go? Look, I got separated from my friends. Have you seen them? Friends.
Friends.
Right, my friends. There's two of them. The loud one is Don...
Huh?
Know what? Never mind. I'm looking for my friends, Riku and Kairi.
Look for Riku. Friends.
Right.
Kairi. Friends.
Right.
Friends. Here.
Really? Huh?
Friends. Here.
Not sure I understand, but show me. Take me to Riku and Kairi.
Tarzan. Tarzan. Go.
And I'm Sora. Tarzan go, Sora go.
Tee hee huddle ha, we have now made friends with a primitive jungle man, and of course a world that we didn't see in Chain of Memories, and now we'll actually have something original to say about this place. Welcome to Deep Jungle, exclusive to Kingdom Hearts 1 for, reasons.
Gosh, where are we? I sure hope Sora's okay.
Who needs him? We can find the kid without him, huh?
Oh,
Ah yes, and now Mr. Clayton sees his latest prey. Like he's hunting crocodiles, 'cause they're on a rampage. But yeah, welcome to Deep Jungle, an exclusive world to Kingdom Hearts 1 because of the fact that the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate had, a bit of a legal kerfuffle with Disney in regards to the rights of not Kingdom Hearts, with, Tarzan. Yeah, it's still legally owned by his estate because, he was a writer from the 19th century, or possibly a bit later than that. I'm pretty sure he died in the 1960s. But regardless of such, he is, this is pretty much the one and only time you'll be seeing Tarzan in the Kingdom Hearts series, because, well, the rights still belong to the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate, and as a result, well, we never see this place again. There was initially going to be, Deep Jungle and Chain of Memories, but of course, legal fuckery prevented that from happening. Now, of course, we have a whole new world to explore, and, much in the same vein as Chain of Memories, to explain whether or not I've actually seen the Disney adaptation. Yes, I have, but it was many years ago. I think it was like... How old was I? I think it was like, 5 or 6 the last time I saw it. Yeah, I don't really have too many memories with it. I think parts of Tarzan's childhood are scenes I remember from the movie. I think also one of the ending scenes when Tarzan returns to the gorillas and walks around in that sexy loincloth thing, and also the death scene of Clayton, which was actually kind of graphic for movies that I was watching at that age, because I think, again, if my memory's correct, like he ends up getting snagged in a vine and then like getting his neck snapped by hanging himself, which is incredibly fucking graphic. I can't exactly say whether or not the original novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs have anything similar to, what we saw in the Disney version, but judging by research I did a little bit before this part came to air, yeah, I think it's similar enough so that there aren't too many adaptational differences. Well, I mean, besides the obvious, of course, given, this came out in 1997, and of course there are bound to be adaptational, fuckeries. But again, regardless of such, much like many worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series, it's all very boxy, divided into specific segments. Of course, we have Tarzan's, legit parents, being completely, having their treehouse completely screwed over by Sora and whatever, and of course, years of disarray. Also, one thing I was supposed to learn when I was doing research, apparently, Tarzan is related to Clayton, who I think is meant to be their cousin, at least in terms of, the Edgar Rice Burroughs book continuity. So, I don't really know. I tried doing a bit of research into this to try and find interesting things to say, but there wasn't too much that I think, at the very least in regards to Kingdom Hearts, would be too interesting to say, but I don't know, a bunch of different stuff regarding, like, Tarzan's children, grandchildren, Miriam, Jackie, and like a bunch of weird stuff that I guess writers in the years since who have had permission from the Egoras Burroughs estate have been able to add to their little additions to this weird 19th century mythos kind of thing. Bearing in mind, of course, again, if you're one of more modern tastes and one of a little bit more socially minded perspectives, yeah, this is pretty much white male fantasy in Africa being raised by you know what, I'm not going to go into that, that's a little bit too dark for what I perceive to be a franchise that people just want to screw around and have fun, so we'll leave our socially conscious brains at the door. There are plenty of things to see and do around here, but we can't do yet because we don't have Donald and Goofy to complete the Trinities, not that we could complete them anyway. But again, as I mentioned before about the game's level design, very boxy designs, and Deep Jungle in terms of level structure I actually really like. Like, I mean, you have a bunch of different segments, you have a specific minigame that we're going to be getting to in just a second here. And again, like, I mean, I just really love the nature setting here. And of course, this is something that we're going to be getting to much later, but for the time being, it's just introducing us to the mechanics, and of course, just letting you have fun with the whole thing. This is Jungle Slider, basically just Sora sliding around on the vines and, well, generally being a free-spirited wild man, not having to worry with the banes and pains of taxes, being socially conscious apart from the beasts that want to eat you, and of course, being followed around by this sexy hunk of man with the spear and flashing his dick at every animal that he possibly comes across because he's some dreadlocked dude with the tude. But anyway, we're pretty much here. This is also a bit of a puzzle, actually. Again, like, you use a potion, light the fire, and just do a bunch of shit. It basically just grants you, like, a potion or an ether or some shit, but again, that's just bits and pieces of the fuckery that you can do, including the slides, which are actually plot important. Oh yeah, look at Tarzan go around that pole, male strippers, all the ladies will get panties wet with the biological juices and the things, and the lady with the glaven. But no, all you really have to do around this segment is just collect slides, and they will come into play a little bit later. I can't remember if this is something to do with a movie or not, but again, in terms of Kingdom Hearts' overall story, this does play at least somewhat of a role in the story, although its recognition is, well, a little bit suspect, but I'll get into that a little bit later as I begin to talk about future games in the series, because, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 is quite divorced from what the rest of Kingdom Hearts would be as the games roll on, but again, I'll stay my tongue for the time being. Also, I'm pretty sure there's meant to be cameos from, like, Beauty and the Beast in this level, at least in regards to, like, the tea set being reminiscent of the tea set in that specific Disney movie, but I don't know, maybe it was just a nice visual cameo, maybe it was meant to be, like, just a convenient asset reusal. I don't know, maybe we could have died and been reincarnated or cursed by a witch, but I don't really know what to say anymore. But anyway, for the time being, we're basically just going to explore the jungle to all of its degrees and point out fun symbolism where we are. And what is this? The Donald and the Goofy and the weird block, or the gun. But yeah, this is pretty much the $10 tour of, well, a deep jungle. And also the briefly used shimmy across the wall mechanic that doesn't really play much into anything because it's no more advanced than shimmy across this thing or don't. So yeah, yippee-ki-yay. Pervy shot right there. Not sure why I did that. Could be because I'm bisexual. What was that? I didn't say anything. But anyway, this is pretty much all we have to explore. Now it is time to continue with the plot. Oh yes, the plocky. Plocky sounds like a Japanese dish. Anyway, let's enter the tent and begin cutscenes, dude.
Jane!
Tarzan. Oh, and who's this?
Hi there.
Oh, you speak English. So then, obviously you're not related to Tarzan. Are you here to study the gorillas?
Highly doubtful.
Sora!
Goofy! Donald!
A circus of clowns. Not much use for hunting gorillas.
Mr. Clayton, we're studying them, not hunting them. This is research. Well, the more the merrier. Do make yourselves at home.
Well, anyway, I'm staying. Huh?
Sora, look what we found. Look at this.
To kind of elucidate on what Jane was talking about before, with Sora apparently speaking English, which is kind of weird since I thought he was Japanese, whatever. Anyway, one of the initial concept arts, or at least what it kind of alludes to, is Sora was initially going to be in this level wearing a loincloth. Again, this was cut out of the final game for kind of obvious reasons of, well, you know, 14-year-old boy kind of, like, almost naked, so that would have been a bit awkward. But I guess that was one of the reasons why Jane had her line, you know, as she did. And of course, oh, fiddle-dee-dee, Sora and Donald are at each other's throats again. Will they ever make up? Or maybe this movie of photography slides will rectify this weird thing. Whatever. But regardless of such, this is pretty much just gonna be... I think some slides are meant to be from the movie. This side in particular is in regards to Sora. Well, not quite, because he hasn't actually visited this place yet. But perhaps a spirit inside him, sleeping in his heart, has been there, under a different name. And by which I mean, birth by sleep fuckery, which is, I believe all these slides are meant to be related to Tarzan, but in any case, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll see you later.
Well, Tarzan?
Where are my friends, Riku and Kairi? Hey, I thought...
That leaves just one place. Young man, we've been in this jungle for some time now. But we have yet to encounter these friends of yours. I'd wager they're with the gorillas, but Tarzan refuses to take us to them.
Really, Mr. Clayton? Tarzan wouldn't hide...
Then take us there. Take us to the gorillas. Gorillas.
Tarzan, are you sure?
Tarzan, go seek Kerchak.
Kerchak?
He must be the leader. Perfect. I'll go along as an escort. After all, the jungle is a dangerous place.